This isn't exactly a book review, but my actual thoughts on a young actor from an Asian background that I'd like to talk about. When starting out in acting, you would normally get the conventional roles of either street hustler, drug dealer, or an Islamic wannabe terrorist. And it's possible that it never crossed his mind that he would become the first Asian male to win a leading acting Emmy and the first Muslim to win one as well for his role on HBO's miniseries The Night Of. As Riz Ahmed kicked off his acting career, he got the typical roles that tended to be brought forward to Asian actors and which more than likely required one to be stigmatized for having to play such characters. Yet, it wasn't just the paucity in the type of roles that were being offered to him that related somewhat to terrorism or street violence, but also the way the media tends to categorize certain actors and pigeonhole them for such roles. It took a while for Riz to find a way of migrating from the politics column to the arts column, and even though the work was culturally relevant, such as Road to Guantanamo, and entertaining, such as Four Lions, he was still being looked at through the social commentary lens. But for Riz, this was more of a challenge than a defeat. It was as if he was being handed a lemon and was told to go ahead and make something of it and come back with a margarita. Riz believes his enriching cultural heritage, which in his case is Pakistani, bestowed him with a different palette of paint to paint with, different goggles to see the world through, and thus grants him competing narratives. It's a commentary and the alternative way of looking at things that he believes is lacking in cinema, and which gives not just him, but any artist out there that feels in a minority league, whether by the color of the skin or the language or accent they speak, the opportunity to reveal the many spectrums of the culture and bring forward a non-orthodox way of thinking and pave new direction in storytelling. Riz's decision to go to the US and take on studio roles such as Nightcrawler, Rogue One, or Venom made him realize that he was playing characters in whose stories he didn't recognize his own experiences. He said in an interview that when he acted in roles for a long time, he thought that contorting himself, wearing different masks, and popping up as this or that person might be a way of stretching culture. But now he believes that he knows more about himself as a performer than he did a few years ago, and having a clear sense of what he'd like to bring to the roles he chooses has made him a better collaborator. So the moral of the story is if you ever find yourself being pigeonholed, stigmatized, classified for the way you look, if it's color of your skin, or the way you speak with a foreign accent, remember that there always have been the Omar Sharifs, the Max von Sydows, the Yul Brenners, and even the Arnold Schwarzeneggers who managed to pull it off. And there will always be the Noomi Rapaces, the Javier Bardems, and more recently the Maria Bakalovas and Lupita Ngoyos. I hope I pronounced that right. Actors who believed in their acting abilities and still went ahead and played to their strengths, even though others might have thought they were weaknesses.